Welcome back. You're watching Wheel Spin Independence Day special episode. I'm Amar Elvi. Yamaha R1 Hayabusa ZX12R. Well, if you think that we're discussing some mathematical equation, fear none, as this is the lingo for bikeaholics. And the reference now to a gleam of high-end bike lovers in India, fast catching fire and becoming a simmering trend. Take a look.
Well, don't be mistaken. You are not watching Boom or any real movie. These superbikes are real and now a very common sight. Burning the road at the speed of 100 km per hour within a span of 2.9 seconds and doubling the ratios to a 200 km is what driving superbikes is all about. A growing trend, these superbikes have been a revolution to what was the trendiest mode of travelling in India in the mid-20th century. A bicycle, the two-wheel rickety locomotive, has remained the most effective tool of commotion for the longest while, not only across the world, but more so in India. However, unspared by evolution in the field of technology, two-wheeled vehicles underwent a leap of change. A new league of machines took over, oozing with speed and power. This is the present biker's paradise. A boosting Indian automobile market accompanied with horsepowers and PHPs, the modern age bikes have become a fad across the world.
I think it's a fantastic move because rest of the world is opening up markets. Rest of the developing economies are opening up their markets, and I think it should have been done a long time ago because there is a tremendous pool of talent in this country, as well as tremendous amount of interest. So why not? And it's a great way for the government to generate additional revenue. And there are any number of people today who are willing to pay a reasonable price for these bigger machines.
Coming in a whole range of forms, variations and composition is brought about with the purpose the bike is used for. In the market, there are three primary compositions offered for the superbike segment, namely the cruisers, the tourers and the sports bike. As the name suggests, while a cruiser is a sturdy long-distance comfort bike like the Harley-Davidson, a tourer is a high-powered bike like the Ninja 1200cc, Suzuki GFX R1 or a Blackbird. And finally, for the fastest ones, the Hayabusa of the Dhoom fame and the R1 are amongst the sport bikes. These bikes are mostly fitted with the V technology engines, therefore bringing about a better performance on the ride. While superbikes are easily available in most parts of the world, India still makes for an amateur market. And making it tough is the heavy 106% custom duty imposed on the original cost of the bike. So what becomes the most viable way of possessing a superbike in India is to import it on parts, leaving the buyer with a lighter duty of 43%, leaving only the assembling to be done by the buyer in India. But since the awareness among people is just growing, there is no market for the spare parts. Which is why a Japanese make is especially preferred, since it's easy to import spare parts for it, have it serviced and more suitable for Indian roads. So depending on the model and configuration, you can get any of these bikes in the range of 5 to 20 lakh rupees. Facts identify about 90% of superbike possession remain illegal in India, and yet the craze remains with bike lovers as this group of bikers who belong to a group called the XBHP.
This is a CBR Fireblade 1000cc, and by no means it is to be taken very lightly because it is used for racing all across the world, especially on the track. It easily touches 300 kilometers per hour, and it's very, very potent machine if not ridden carefully. So you can judge from the sound, like it's different from all other bikes which you have, but by no means the other bikes are different which are going in this trip. The only difference being this is a 1000cc bike and others are little less capacity.
And now, for most of those itching to leave a mark on the Indian roads, there's good news. A whole new range of bikes are in the pipeline to be launched. Yes, that's right. Our very own local manufacturers are gearing up to launch their desi versions of the super bikes. Be it Bajaj, Kinetic, Yamaha or Enfield, they have all started their test. Some of them have already launched some bikes, while some of them will launch in the near future. The craze amongst the youth as far as these bikes are concerned is growing, and these bikes have now become a common sight wherever you go. So for all you bike lovers, keep it safe and ride on.
Well, it's time for a very short commercial break on the Independence Day Wheel